physics, right? I seen a post where someone made a statement on Facebook. So let me go ahead and show you guys the post. Someone put metaphysics is an abstract pseudoscientific theory rooted in philosophies, not tangible, concrete, actual facts. So here's my thing. If metaphysics is rooted in philosophy, then how can it be pseudoscientific? If metaphysics is rooted in philosophy, then how can it be pseudoscientific? How can it be pseudoscientific if it's rooted in philosophy? It makes no sense to make that type of argument unless someone say that metaphysics is science, then that could be considered as pseudoscientific. But if it's philosophy, then how can it be pseudoscientific? Because metaphysics basically means going beyond physical things, dealing with the abstract of things, right? So with metaphysics, what you're doing is it's like you're questioning things. So one of the branches of metaphysics is ontology. Ontology deals with the state of being. So ontology will ask a question like, what is the purpose of being a human? What does it mean to be a human? What is my purpose? That's ontology. And that falls under metaphysics. And again, metaphysics is philosophy. So it's never scientific to begin with. It was never scientific. Now, the only people that would say something like that are people who are into pseudo information. But anybody in their right mind, if you study metaphysics, right, if you study philosophy, you'll know that that's where metaphysics come from philosophy. It does not come from science. So how can't you call it pseudoscientific, abstract? Like it makes no sense. So in my opinion, that's pseudo in itself to call it pseudoscientific. That's pseudo in itself. Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Excuse me, y'all. I got a troll on here, so okay. But why make such an argument? So yeah, I think that is a reach to say that metaphysics is nothing more than a pseudoscientific abstract theory when it's only dealing with philosophy. But at one point in time, I thought it was pseudo because how people went about using metaphysics. I thought it was very pseudo at one time because people tried to intertwine esoteric knowledge with metaphysical knowledge. And I thought, okay, this is, yeah, very pseudo. But if you go back and study where it comes from and its origin, you'll realize that it's really not pseudo, it's just philosophical. It's just very philosophical. So it was never based on science. It was never based on scientific information. It was just based on philosophy. And that's why I mean, like, people going around here and throwing the word pseudo around just because. Like, you cannot just label everything pseudo because it makes no sense. It defeats the purpose. And to me, that defeats the purpose. Like, what was the purpose of calling it pseudo when you know it's just based on philosophy? And once again, the only way it can be pseudo if someone is trying to use it as scientific. Now, if somebody trying to use it as scientific information, then yeah, that can be pseudo. Because you lack information, you lack the evidence to basically prove it. But outside of that, it's philosophy. And philosophy is not pseudo. I'm just saying, like, philosophy cannot be pseudo. My goodness, man, my goodness. And to me, this sounds like a form of scientism. It sounds like a form of scientism because people looking to worship science. Like, again, science is very important, but come on now. A lot of people that are so-called scientifically literate, they tend to fall under the category of scientism. So yeah, to call metaphysics pseudo is like pseudo in itself. Again, to call it pseudo is pseudo in itself because it makes no sense. Why would you call it pseudo when you know that it's not science to begin with? It was never science. It's just only philosophical. But I digress. That's all I wanted to talk about because I thought that it was very interesting. Um, Someone put I should do more of these late night talks. Maybe I might do it. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. So if I'm in the mood to do so, but yeah, I might start doing it. I might take it into consideration, but I don't know. Yeah, I just thought this shit was weird. Like, it's to me, it's weird. Like, people put label on anything. Like, everybody just throw labels out there. And I just thought that that is very There you go, David. There you go. David says science needs philosophy to be ethical. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because without philosophy, there will be no science. And without science, there will be no philosophy. Or shall I say that philosophy wouldn't have any merit at all. And science would not exist without philosophy. So yes, they need each other. Yes, philosophy needs science. I mean, science needs philosophy. Yes. The book African Beliefs and Knowledge System, A Critical Perspective, is a great book on the traditional African perspective on metaphysics. Okay, that's a great recommendation. I appreciate it. I might have to look into that. Hmm. I might have to look into that though. But I'm gonna go ahead and log off. I just wanted to give my thoughts on that. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening or wherever your time zone may be. And I will keep you guys posted on more information, more subject matter. All right. So, with that being said, this your girl Tiffany. Peace and power and elevation. And be safe. All right.